All right, just imagine for a moment that CNN's going to be owned by strong Trump supporters. Just imagine that. They already own CBS. Anyway, joining us to talk about this, Joe Concha, Fox News contributor, Mark Simone, Hall of Fame WR radio host. Gentlemen, welcome. Mark Simone, will start with you. David Ellison, Larry Ellison's son, strong Trump MAGA. They run Paramount, Skydance. They are bidding for Warner Discovery, which owns CNN.
Well, I want to wish him all the luck if he's going to try to straighten that mess out. But it's actually a huge play. They also own Warner Brothers Discovery, the biggest movie studio in Hollywood, the #3 streaming service in the world. It's a massive empire. So I predict once he gets it, the bid was $24, too low. It's got to get to 30. Once he gets it, he'll probably want to get rid of CNN, spin it off like MSNBC.
I want him to run it. I want the MAGA people to run CNN.
Well,
that was the whole point of the segment.
I wouldn't count on it. They can't compete with Fox. No matter what you do, they never will. It's never going to happen.
Remember what happened when Chris Licht took over with Warner Brothers Discovery in 2023. He gave Donald Trump a town hall, and then the inmates completely revolted. Jake Tapper, Anderson Cooper, and then Anderson Cooper even said on the air, said to the audience, said, "I know what you just saw was disturbing. I don't blame you if you never watch this network again." You fire a mid-commercial when you tell your audience not to watch.
But they do own CBS.
Yes.
All right. And they have put this Barry Weiss from the Free Press in charge of editorials. But she hadn't really fired anybody yet. She's given 60 Minutes a warning. I mean, that is a hotbed of lefties. Yeah. But she hadn't really, I haven't seen any ripping out of the infrastructure yet.
This isn't Jerry Jones going into the Dallas Cowboys and they bought him and firing Tom Landry, a living legend. So I guess maybe she's just slowly treading in, seeing where the problems are, and then once she identifies the true tumors, take out the tumors.
Right. Andrew Cuomo tweeting today, Mark Simone, I know you're very big into this Mondami campaign. Andrew Cuomo, who is the new darling of certain well-to-do donors, he tweeted out today, he's against ICE getting rid of illegals, particularly in Chinatown, but elsewhere. Now, that sounds a lot like Mondami.
Yeah, no, I don't blame Cuomo. He needs the votes. Don't get him out yet. Wait a few weeks till the election for these illegals. But he was horrible so far to the left. He was as bad as Mamdani as governor. He tried to ban ICE when he was governor. He even tried to sue them at one point. Oh. He's always been like this.
So why do people think? Why do they think he's better than Mamdani? I mean, he sounds like Mamdani light. He's not an anti-Semite. Okay, that's probably true. But other than that, I mean, what's the difference? Why aren't people standing up for Curtis Sliwa, the genuine Republican candidate? By the way, Republicans are standing up for him.
Yeah, the one guy who can win, and you don't want Curtis out of the race. It hurts the down-ballot Republicans. You want Curtis on that ticket. The thing with Cuomo, his great talent was when he left office in disgrace, he started wooing those big donors. He hung out with them, went to every dinner party, won them over. They've convinced themselves he's an old-fashioned Bill Clinton, centrist, kind of common-sense Democrat, which is not at all the way he governed. He's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about this race? Tonight they're debating. It's on New York 1. I have to go to a book party for my friend Brett Baer, but we'll DVR it. But what do you make of this race?
My first job in television was New York 1. Just wanted to share that.
Oh,
yeah, a little while ago.
I worked there for many years too.
Yeah, they grind it out. Look, it's Mamdani versus Cuomo is the communists versus the incompetents, right? Yeah. That's basically what your choices are. And I guess in the end, Cuomo is the lesser of two evils because at least, as you said, he's not an anti-Semite. And he's actually run a state where Mamdani's never had a job in his life. He's 33 years old.
Kind of ran the state into the ground.
That's true. He did run it, though, I suppose. And remember when he was supposed to replace Joe Biden at the top of the ticket and take on Donald Trump in 2020. Boy, those are memories.
Do you think the split, honestly, I can't do that. The math just doesn't work for me. So you think all these Curtis Sliwa voters, if Curtis were to drop out, which he is most certainly not, and the Republican county chairmen are staying with Curtis, including a certain donor's daughter, and George Pataki, the former governor, Ed Cox, the party chair, they're all staying with her. But do you think they're all going to go en masse and vote for Andrew Cuomo? I mean, I find this hard to believe.
Most will stay home.
Numbers don't add up.
Yeah, maybe you get 5% of Curtis's vote. And again, if he drops out, it hurts the Republicans down ballot.
Yeah,
we got a Republican DA candidate we got to get in. We have to get rid of this horrible Democrat DA who lets all the criminals out. But tonight's the debate. Curtis could turn things around tonight. We know Cuomo can't win. We've tried him
We haven't
against
had a
Romney.
poll since the last debate, which Curtis won last week.
Yeah.
There haven't been any. That poll, you told me this. That was a phony poll. The thing that showed Cuomo was only 4 points down head to head. You're saying that was from
well,
Cuomo people.
The only problem is, it's a polling company nobody ever heard of. The address seems to match the address of a lobbyist who's got a long association with Cuomo. And why didn't they test out Curtis versus Mamdani? Because it was Cuomo people behind the poll. They didn't want the answer to that.
All right, Joe Concha, a New Jersey voter. I'm not going to ask who you're going to vote for, but how's that race stack up?
That race stacks up where you have a Mikey Sherrill who was ahead by 20 points in June, now maybe within the margin of error. So Jack Ciattarelli has all the momentum. And I can tell you in Bergen County, New Jersey, which is basically a 50-50 county as far as red and blue, you could find, for every 10 Jack Ciattarelli signs, you find one Mikey Sherrill sign. So the enthusiasm is behind Ciattarelli. It comes down to turnout. It's that simple.
What's his biggest issue? Okay, I mean, I know Phil Murphy's been governor for a while, kind of ran that state into the ground. I know it's high tax. What's his biggest issue, Ciattarelli?
Yes, cutting taxes, a close second, education, as far as getting all the woke stuff out. He's basically like a reinvention of like a Glenn Youngkin in terms of that campaign.
And she's the one that she accused him of killing 10,000 people on opiates. He's never been in the opioid business or some crazy thing like that.
Yeah.
She must be really desperate to make those charges.
She's desperate. Obama is now doing, and it has endorsed her publicly. And the fact they had to wheel him in this
perfect.
late. Yeah, that's something. But again, she made $7 million in defense stocks and still can't explain how she did that while sitting on the Armed Services Committee.
Well, she's not as good as
You got to put an asterisk on the Obama endorsement.
Nancy.
She's not as good
Obama
as Nancy
wouldn't-
Pelosi.
Obama wouldn't fly in. He just made a video for it. Just send it in.
Yeah.
Joe Concha and Mark Simone.